السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. My brother says we should have given you 2 weeks break after Ramadan. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى سيدهم وخاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد، وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. We will go back to Surat Hud, verses 47 through 49 tonight, inshallah. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني أكن من الخاسرين. قيل يا نوح اهبط بسلام منا وبركات عليك وعلى ممن معك وأمم سنمتعهم ثم يمسهم منا عذاب أليم تلك من أنباء الغيب نوحيها إليك ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك من قبل هذا فاصبر إن العاقبة للمتقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. So we were following the story of Nuh, and after this story there are many other stories. It will follow Nuh. After him there will be Ad and Thamud and Shu'aib and Fir'aun and many others. And these are reminders. These are not entertainment. These are facts, reminders for all of us to see what happened in the early history of mankind, what happened with these communities, how they reacted to the invitation of their leaders and their prophets. So Nuh, after his son was drowned, he asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He pleaded with God and he said, وَنَادَى نُوحٌ رَبَّهُ فَقَالَ رَبِّ إِنَّ ابْنِي مِنْ أَهْلِي. My son is my family, part of my family. وَإِنَّ وَعْدَكَ الْحَقِّ. And you have given me promise. You said, take your family, let them embark on this ark. But Allah said to him, yes, I mentioned your family, but because your son, his deeds are not righteous. إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٌ. His thinking, his behavior, his manners, his path, his way is totally different from you. Therefore, he is not considered part of your family. God tries to say that your children, when they share the same thought, the same journey in this life, then they are your family. But if they insist on going into the wrong direction, the opposite direction, and they declare that they don't want to join you, they don't believe in God. Some of them, they declare they don't believe in God. They are atheists. They are not your family anymore. They are not sharing the same path with you anymore. إِنَّهُ لَيْسَ مِنْ أَهْلِكَ إِنَّهُ عَمَلٌ غَيْرُ صَالِحٌ. God said to him, إِنِّي أَعِظُكَ أَن تَكُونَ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. If you insist that your son will join you despite what he did, despite his disbelief, then you're going to be one of the ignorants. So he answered, Nuh said, قال رب إني أعوذ بك أن أسألك ما ليس لي به علم. Truly I seek refuge in you from questioning you regarding whereof I have no knowledge. Regarding that, I have no knowledge of. ما ليس لي به علم. وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني. If you don't forgive me and bestow your mercy upon me, وإلا تغفر لي وترحمني أكن من الخاسرين. I shall be among the losers. So here there are two things that we learn from this verse. One of them, we should not ask God things that are inappropriate, unacceptable, or it would not happen. Allah is saying to Nuh, He's saying to God, إِنِّي أَعُوذُ بِكَ أَنْ أَسْأَلَكَ مَا لَيْسَ لِي بِهِ عِلْمٍ. I seek refuge in you to ask you things that I have no knowledge and no comprehension of them. I'm not going to ask you, otherwise I'm going to be one of the ignorants. What does that mean? It means sometimes we ask God things that are inappropriate. You should not ask them. If you have faith in Him, if you have a trust in Him, then there are certain things that we should not ask Him. Certain things that we know it would not work for us. Some of these things are material. Material things. Does not work for you. It will change your direction. Don't sit there and say to Him, send me $10 million. This is inappropriate. What do you do with $10 million? Suppose they give you the $10 million available. Do you build your life with it? Or you're going to destroy your life? Some people, they destroyed their life with their money. They did not know how to manage the money. Not everybody is qualified to manage the wealth, the money, the property. Some of them misbehave. Some of them, this money and this wealth is going to be not a blessing, but a curse against them and against their children and their families. So don't ask. Tell Him, oh God, don't leave me hungry. Good. Oh God, give me clothing, give me shelter, decent house, decent living, decent food. This is very good, very appropriate. But oh God, I want to buy, let's say, this hotel. I want to rival Mr. Fulan and Fulan, the multi-billionaires. Don't ask. Don't ask for things that are inappropriate for you. Or don't ask things that are bad for others. Oh Allah, I want the land to sink and swallow all those people that I don't like. This is inappropriate. إِنِّي أَعِظُكَ أَن تَكُونَ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Don't ask things that are inappropriate. Don't. This is not befitting the character of a good believer. So crazy things we should not ask God. We ask Him what is possible. What is possible? What is legitimate? What is good, not just for you, but for your community, for others too. Not at the expense of others. We should never ask God to kill someone, to destroy the life of someone. Someone may lose his business, his health, his wife, his son. Don't do that. Allah is saying to Nuh, don't ask such questions. Questions that does not make sense or inappropriate, stay away from them. So he said, yes, I'm not going to ask. What does jahilin means? Inni a'iduka. I warn you to be among the ignorance. Inni a'iduka an takuna min al-jahilin. Jahil has two meanings. Jahil is a person who has no faith, no religion, and no aql, no brain. Sometimes a person has religion, he does a practice, but without a brain. And we have many, alhamdulillah. In the Muslim countries, we have surplus of those who worship, but without aql. That type of worship does not work. La deena liman la aqla lah. The Prophet says, that person who does not have reason, who does not incorporate his reason, he does not have deen too. He loses his deen. What keeps deen and faith and religion strong and healthy and progressive is aql. The way you practice it, the way you understand religion. But if you understand religion to be violence, to be killing, to be treating women as fifth-class citizens, to beat women and children and others, this is not religion. This is not the true religion. So a person who's not jahil is the one who has good faith, good religion, and good reason, good aql. Both of them, they work hand in hand. Some people, they have aql, but they don't have religion. Meaning he has good intelligence, but he does not fear God. Also, this one is bad too. Both of them are needed. Religion, faith in God, and also good reason, good brain. Because it is the brain that's going to make your religion fruitful, productive, the brain, the reason, how to incorporate this book. Today, many people consider themselves to be very religious, among them Taliban. But look at what they are doing in Afghanistan and Pakistan. Every day there is bombings. They kill whom? They kill ordinary people in the market, in the school, in the hospital, in the hotel. Is this religion? Where is this in our book? Where is this in our tradition? Is this religion? To kill, to murder? You enjoy seeing the blood being spilled? Is this religion? This is not religion. This is a brainless religion, and a brainless religion does not work. إني أعظك أن تكون من الجاهلين. Yusuf alayhi salam, he says, وَإِلَّا تَصْرِفْ عَنِّي كَيْدَهُنَّ أَصْبُ إِلَيْهِنَّ وَأَكُنْ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Sometimes the desire overcomes the brain, and when the desire overcomes the brain also, that person becomes one of the jahilin. أَصْبُ إِلَيْهِنَّ وَأَكُنْ مِنَ الْجَاهِلِينَ. Then after that, when the flood ended, قِيلَ يَا نُوحُ اهْبِطْ بِسَلَامٍ مِنَّا وَبَرَكَاتٍ. It was said, God said to Nuh, قِيلَ يَا نُوحُ, it was said to him, O Nuh, disembark, اهبط. The ship, the ark has to disembark. اهبط بسلام منا وبركات, with peace from us and blessings upon you and upon the communities. بسلام منا وبركات عليك, upon you, وعلى ممن معك, and the communities that will arise from those with you. You know, the survivors were very small, not many, but out of this small community that survived with him, the current humanity that you see, the current population of earth, has developed and grew out of those who survived in the ark with Nuh. So Allah say, disembark, go back to the earth with two things, bisalam wa barakat, with peace and blessings. And these two elements are needed in every community, in every neighborhood, in every country. Countries cannot progress with war, with tension. They have to have salam, they have to have peace, mental peace, spiritual peace, economic peace, social peace. When the country is disturbed, the economy is going down, hundreds of thousands of young ones are in the streets, sitting in the cafes, sipping coffee from morning till evening and doing nothing, not working. This is disturbance. This is going to disturb the country. This is going to take the peace away. In communities where you find a huge number of unemployment, also you see a huge number of crimes. Because those people, they have families and they have children and they have to feed them. And if they don't have legitimate jobs, they're going to resort to crimes, to theft, to other things. In some countries, bribery, rashwa, is rampant. Why? Because the salary that they get is not enough. It's not enough to feed their children. Therefore, either they steal or they ask for a bribe. They don't put their signature on any paper if you don't pay. You have to pay everywhere, in every department, in every corner. They ask you to pay. And this is bad. Islam says don't do that. Give the amil, the laborer, the worker, give him a good salary so he doesn't cheat, he doesn't steal, he doesn't ask for a bribe. Give him what he deserves. In some countries, Allah has given them so much wealth, but this wealth is wasted. Is wasted. Rather than supporting their young ones, their children, their families, their citizens with this wealth, creating dignity and honor for them, they waste the money. Most of this wealth is wasted on weapons, on wars, including here in America. How much we spend per day? The Pentagon spends on the war machine in this country. How many billions of dollars? This is waste. Waste of energy, waste of resources, waste of time, waste of money, waste of lives. This is unacceptable. So peace, societies, they look for peace. Bisalamin minna. The second one, barakat. Barakah is a growth. Sometimes the money, you get some money which does not have barakah. The money that comes from unlawful source, haram source, even though the money looks very brand new, from the bank, brand new notes, but this one does not have barakah. Because the source where this money was generated is illegal. Is illegal. The money that comes out of fraud, theft, cheating people and getting their money, that person is not going to enjoy this money. This money does not have barakah. Sometimes the money is small amount, but it has so much blessings in it. Same thing with children. Sometimes someone has 15 children, but no barakah. Each one of them is somewhere. One of them is in Vegas, one of them is in Monte Carlo, the third one is in, where else? Macau. Playing everywhere. They have no barakah. None of them can help his parents, his community, his family. None of them is a family man. No barakah. So Allah says sometimes we give one son, but this son or this daughter has so much blessings. Sometimes we give little amount of money, but this money has so much blessings. Two things Allah said to Nuh. I am going to give you two things where you build a new community on earth. Bisalamin minna wa barakat. But the barakat not only upon Nuh, upon those communities who are going to get out of him. وَعَلَىٰ أُمَمٍ بَرَكَاتٍ عَلَيْكَ وَعَلَىٰ أُمَمٍ مِمَّنْ مَعَكَ. Communities that will arise from those with you. مِمَّنْ مَعَكَ وَأُمَمٌ سَنُمَتِّعُهُمْ. And also communities that we're going to temporarily give them some prosperity, some enjoyment, نُمَتِّعُهُمْ from enjoyment and prosperity. But because of their disbelief, they're going to disbelieve in us. ثُمَّ يَمَسُّهُمْ مِنَّا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Because of their disbelief, a painful punishment from us shall befall them. Which communities are they? Any clue? If you read the Quran, you get the clue. The answer is in the same chapter, Surat Hud. We will read the answer in the next weeks. After this, the story is Ad, and then Thamud, and then the Sodomite. Sodomite, the people of Lut, who are in Jordan and Palestine. Sodomite, Sodom and Gomorrah. And then the Madianites. Madianites are the people of which prophet? Shu'aib. Shu'aib, which is also in Jordan today. Today is Jordan, Madian. وإلى مدين أخاهم شعيبا. Those are the communities that were destroyed. They existed for some time. They had good economy, prosperity, they had children. They enjoyed this life, but after that, they were destroyed. Those are the descendants of Nuh, the bad ones. And their stories are mentioned not only in the Quran, in the Bible too. Their stories are mentioned in the Bible. So the punishment is going to be the share of those who disbelieve. ثُمَّ يَمَسُّهُم مِنَّا عَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. Allah says sometimes don't look at this country as a prosperous. Wow, they have a strong economy. Strong economy does not mean that they're going to last forever. One day this economy is going to collapse. How many stories we have in this book of strong countries? One of them, Yemen. لَقَدْ كَانَ لِسَبَإٍ فِي مَسْكَنِهِمْ آيَةٌ. Yemen was one of the strongest economy during the history of mankind. This Yemen, look at what is happening to Yemen then. Huge country, huge empire. Allah says they were huge sign in their beauty, in their growth, in their influence, in their power, in their wealth, in their food. In their food, so much food. The food, they used to spoil the food, destroy the food because they had surplus of food. لَقَدْ كَانَ لِسَبَإٍ فِي مَسْكَنِهِمْ آيَةٌ جَنَّتَانِ عَنْ يَمِينٍ وَشِمَالٍ. But then they did not give thanks to God. قَالُوا رَبَّنَا بَاعِدْ بَيْنَ أَسْفَارِنَا. They did not, even when someone comes, a visitor comes to their village, to their town asking for help, they have the extra money, extra food, but they don't help. They don't help. When people don't help each other, their business is not going to continue. If you want to keep your business and your family and your economy, try to help. Try to reach out to those who don't have. تِلْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْغَيْبِ. تِلْكَ مِنْ أَنْبَاءِ الْغَيْبِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya Rasulullah, these are among the stories or the accounts of the unseen, غيب. ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك. You didn't know about these. Did you know about them? You didn't know. At that time there was no Google, to click on Google and they tell you everything. The Prophet didn't have Google at that time. The only source of knowledge and information for him was God's Google. Jibreel alayhi salam representing Google at that time. He will bring him all the news. So God was telling him, you didn't know about what happened to earlier communities. I am telling you this news. Neither your community in Mecca, they knew nothing about that. ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك من قبل هذا. Before that, neither you nor your people knew about it beforehand. فاصبر. So be patient. إن العاقبة للمتقين. Truly the end belongs to the reverent, those who revere God. Now, what community did exist before Islam? What community? I'm asking. Bani Israel and? Yeah, Bani Israel. Because Isa also from Bani Israel. So the Christians and before them the Jews. But in their books, in the Bible, in the Old Testament, and the New Testament, the stories of Noah and other generations are mentioned. So why God is telling the Prophet, you and your community did not know anything about them? But the Jews and the Christians, they knew. Yes. I know, but I am asking this specific question. Allah is saying to the Prophet that the stories that I told you of Nuh and others, you did not know, neither you knew about it, nor your community. ما كنت تعلمها أنت ولا قومك. But then when we investigate, we find out that these stories were mentioned in the earlier books. So it means the Jews and the Christians knew about them. This is not something, a new discovery that the Quran is making. Because these stories were foretold in the earlier scriptures. So why God is saying to the Prophet, this is something new to you? You didn't know about it. God is saying to the Prophet, you did not know about it, neither your community. Not necessarily that your community knew nothing about them. They might have known something about it, but they did not know the value and the spiritual meaning of these stories. Are you with me? So Allah is trying to say that maybe some people in your community, they know about them, but they did not appreciate the spiritual and moral values of these stories. They did not care about them. They ignored them. They neglected them. So it means that they didn't know about it. When they did not appreciate the meaning of it, it means they didn't know about it. They did not know. It means they did not care about these stories. They read them, they saw them in their books, they heard them, but yet they didn't care about them. Fasbir, Allah says, Ya Rasulullah, patience is the master key for what? For salvation, for solutions. As-sabru miftahul faraj. Fasbir. Look at what happened to Nuh. If you stayed in your community for 23 years, Nuh stayed for 950 years. And many other prophets, they stayed and they worked very hard. And their people rejected them. Fasbir. We have to learn a lesson, my friend. If you are working for a project, victory is not imminent. You have to be patient. You can't go home tonight, you pray to God, I need this to happen, and then you wake up in the morning and it happens. That does not happen. You have to be patient. You have to persevere. Fasbir. Persevere. Fasbir. Inna al-aqibata lil-muttaqeen. Truly and verily the end means the conclusion. The victory belongs to those who are reverent, those who fear God, those who are with God, those who trust God. Always. Always when there is a conflict between two people, two companies, two families, two countries. Maybe the country or the party which is aggressor, maybe they prevail for some time, but they cannot continue till the end. Because always the end and the conclusion has to belong to whom? To people who speak the truth, not to people who lie. The people who lie are going to be losers. This is the promise made by God. So if you have a problem with someone in this life and that person is abusing you and his tongue is longer and bigger than your tongue, his mouth is bigger, okay? Don't worry. He might prevail for some time, but at the conclusion, at the end, the final round is going to be yours. Fasbir innal aqibata. This is a universal law. Universal law. Existed from the time of Adam and it will exist until the end of this time. Fasbir innal aqibata lil-muttaqeen. Inshallah, on tomorrow we'll see you during the Salatul Jumu'ah, Friday prayers at 1 p.m. And inshallah, the Eid picnic is going to begin also on Sunday. So invite your families and your friends and your acquaintances to participate in Eid picnic on Sunday, inshallah. And then we have 2 camps coming up. Both of them, one in July, the junior camp will be in July, and the youth camp is going to be in August. So send your children to these camps and let them enjoy and learn, inshallah. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات، إنك غافر الخطيئات. وعجل في فرج إمامنا وقائدنا صاحب العصر والزمان، وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ثواب الفاتحة مع الصلاة على محمد وآل محمد.